Dubai has got the mastery of handling the situation and coming out better than what anybody can expect.
Dubai is certainly rising, the Henley Wealth Report.
Nearly 7,000 millionaires moved to Dubai last year.
Dubai's total real estate transactions reached approximately 250 billion US dollars.
Dubai's real estate market has been on a tear since 2020.
Is off-plan more risky during uncertainty, or does it really create better entry point for investors?
So I always say that, in times of correction, in times of distress, if some great people offer great prices, grab it. I'm sure there are a lot of people who played speculative, but compared to 2008, I think this market has matured because I've witnessed 2008 financial crisis.
If you have a choice, would you invest in real estate in a boom market or during the crisis?
Market goes down. In 2008, we saw Burj Khalifa was delivered in 2010, 2009, something like that, during crisis. All the metros infrastructure was done in the crisis. So that's the confidence. And that's not a market fault, that's your personal fault, that you have over leveraged. Sometimes people blame the market, but no, it's not blaming the market, it is you who have taken wrong decisions. You want to become a billionaire overnight, it doesn't happen in life.
Right now, there is growing global uncertainty, particularly with the tension between US and Iran affecting everything from oil prices to regional stability and investors' confidence. At the same time, Dubai continues to attract capital. So what does this mean to the market? Is Dubai still sea haven for investors? And what are the real threats and opportunities in the market? To help us break it down, I'm joined by Ahit, an active real estate investor who has experienced every cycle in the market, starting from 2008 global financial crisis ending to COVID crash, and who is actively developing projects not only in Dubai but also in Canada, while running multiple businesses globally. Let's break down how serious investors are navigating currently in the market. Hi Ahit, welcome to the podcast. It's a pleasure to have you here. Before we dive into the market, I wanted you to, it's important for people to understand a little bit about your background. So could you tell us a little bit about your journey, what has shaped your real estate experience and other businesses?
Hello to you, Samir. Thanks for inviting me for this podcast, and Assalamu alaikum. I always believe that, we start any conversation, we start anything, we start with the name of Allah, the Almighty, and all praises to be Him. My background, in education, I have done 2 masters, one from Bombay in business management and one from Scotland.
Wow.
Retail management, and then I was in service industry, but very soon I realized real estate is the place to be. In 2007, we started the real estate, and now it's almost close to 20 years, but there has been a long journey in that 20 years. And with Allah's blessing, we have diversified in multiple segments. We have diversified within real estate from brokerage, which we know Deja Vu Real Estate was the foundation for us in getting into real estate. And with Allah's blessing, we have a good name in the market. We have survived multiple curves which we have witnessed in last 20 years. We diversified in building materials in Dubai. We have diversified into international markets. We've been lucky that we have a lot of manpower resource, and I believe that's the biggest asset you can have. Internally, as a family, we had a big resource, so we planned to diversify. So we started doing real estate in North America. We have bought assets for yield purposes, and we have started doing development in Canada.
Wow.
Well, and we have acquired an existing supermarket business, which is Canada's largest halal supermarket business. But my personal attention, my personal passion is real estate. And that drives me every time. And I would say that I'm lucky that I have started my real estate in Dubai, because there is no city in the world which operates like Dubai.
I see now. It's a really interesting journey, especially in the having gone through different market cycles, and it's really important now from your perspective, because we are seeing a lot of uncertainty in the market because of the current situation. Should investors be worried about price correction in Dubai real estate right now?
I think that's a very simple question. I think anybody with a common sense, these are unfortunately uncertain times, difficult times. People don't know how to react. And anytime when you're not sure about any reaction, you take a pause. So, worry is a very big word. I would say you only get worried when you know that you have invested in a place which doesn't have a vision and which doesn't have a plan. I always say you'll be worried if you are a very big speculator. You should be worried if you are 100% dependent on future market prices. But as far as you have planned your cash flows and liquidity and keep some reserves, yes, market will have some correction. It's a nature. Nothing goes up forever. And one thing is the market goes very high and there's a reason, there's a demand supply gap, the market corrects. But this was not the reason for Dubai. Unfortunately, we got involved for no reason, but Allah Almighty is there. We all will come out very strongly. So yes, prices will or should get corrected, and it is good for the market because new investors were going to come only if there were correction because the prices were going high. But in the long run, I don't think any investor should be worried. Real estate is a long-term play. Yes, you can get lucky in short term, but real estate is never a short-term play. So that's my answer. People should not be too much worried about. The fundamental of this country is absolutely fantastic.
If someone's sitting on cash today, should they better invest now in real estate or wait for better deals?
First of all, I would congratulate someone who's sitting on cash. I think he's sitting in an excellent position where the world is going through a lot of challenges, including US tariffs. The globe is an uncertain place, and right now our region is a little bit more. But anybody sitting on cash today, I would let him advise that be well informed about the market. There would be good opportunities coming. Keep an eye on the key locations. Take a decision of conservative where you don't get blocked with liquidity, but there will be an opportunity. So if someone is sitting with cash, I would say wait a little bit more and then take a decision.
If you have a choice, would you invest in real estate in a boom market or during the crisis?
When the wave rides a boom, you always have a FOMO that you're missing out something. But if you're an experienced investor or an experienced businessman, you learn crisis or recovery market is the best market to enter. Because you know that you've entered at the lower point, not the highest point. So I always look at, unfortunately, it's not a good thing to say, but I would be very positively looking at investing in Dubai very soon. Because I think the bigger opportunity lies when the market goes dip down and then recovers. So any smart investor would do that. When the gold goes down, what you do? You invest. Because gold will go up for sure. Same thing go with real estate. When things go a little bit down, then there's only upward curve. There's no downward curve further. You cannot be perfect in picking up the bottom lowest, but you can be sure that it will go up for sure. So I would personally myself in recovery or I would not call it crisis. I would call it correction or recovery.
Yes.
Yeah.
What are the key reasons which will drive investors to invest in Dubai real estate in the current situation?
See, one thing we have to be very sure. Unfortunately, Dubai is such a great country that it's a very easy access for the world. And Dubai has created such a great platform that buying real estate is also very easy. It is not as easy in other countries or mature or first world countries, which we call it first world. Okay. My personal opinion is whenever you invest in any country, you look at the fundamentals or the macroeconomic, right? So the fundamentals of Dubai as a city and UAE as a country, I think His Excellency and all the rulers of the country have done a fantabulous job of creating a very strong infrastructure. An economist said once that any country you want to invest in, first is you look at the infrastructure. Second, you look at what is the vision of that country. Third is you look at the people who are running the country are progressive in nature or not. So I think UAE and Dubai tick all the three boxes. And I always say to people that, you look at London, it's a 100-year-old, 200-year-old real estate economy. US another. Dubai is just 25-year-old. So as much as people feel it become expensive, the fact is today, I operate in Canada also. Canada has been in recession for almost last 2.5 years. Even after recession, there is supposed to be a bloodbath in the apartment markets, because apartment markets, they call it condos. Apartment markets are generally driven by investors. Yeah. The cheapest, I'm not even talking about, let's say downtown, Toronto downtown versus Dubai downtown. In a bloodbath situation, the cheapest condo you get is $900 per square foot.
Wow.
That means almost close to 2,700 in the worst phase, right? And I'm sure today you'll get, even in a peak time, you'll get at that price a downtown apartment or something like that. So Dubai is still yet to build a long history. I think it's a beginning phase. So I think the drivers are right, the vision is right, infrastructure in place. Dubai doesn't have one sector to grow. Tourism is one big part. Dubai have not yet explored a lot of manufacturing in automobile sector, in multiple sectors, and I think there is a lot of sectors in industry yet to be explored. So Dubai has a long way to go, and UAE has a long way to go.
I see. So during uncertainty, do investors should buy more or sell in the current situation?
In uncertainty time,
Yes,
country like UAE and Dubai, they should buy more.
they should buy more.
That's a simple answer. If you want me to elaborate, I always take gold into consideration. I always take real estate into consideration whenever any analysis is done, and I always take a country economic plan. So investors by mindset are two kind of investors. One investor who want to come in, get out, they want to taste the best all the time. That is impossible. There's a journey in life which will have curves. And I always believe that as a successful business person or a successful investor, no investor sits on a portfolio which every single thing gives you perfect return. And that's why it's called a portfolio management, right? Some people invest 20% in gold, 30% in real estate, 20% in bonds,
Stocks
something
and
else.
everything, yes.
And you say, if I get certain returns, I'm a happy man. But some sector does well, some sector does low. Overall, your portfolio does well, right? So I always say that investor should buy more and buy with a planned research, detailed research where to put the money. He should have a realistic expectation. If numbers come unrealistic, you should be very happy. If numbers meet your expectation, that's great. So according to me, investors will get a golden opportunity, because there would be some panic sellers, there would be some speculators, there would be people who plan their business based on certain speculative future markets. They would come in panic, and they would create opportunities for investors to get a bargain deal. So investors, great time to invest very soon.
I see.
Yeah.
So as you said about panic sellers, which is also called as distressed deals in the market, I have a question also, like a lot of investors have a question regarding distressed deals.
Yeah.
When it comes to distressed deals, what investor should look at before making a decision?
See, in distressed deals, I always have a belief, when you get an opportunity to buy something at discount, then you should buy the best. So I always say that, sale happens. Let's take an example of shopping mall. If let's say that you cannot afford a Patek Philippe or a Rolex watch, let's say. But when those things come in discount, you should not leave that opportunity. Yes, Zara sale will keep coming every summer, every winter. Those brands sale doesn't come, but when it comes, then you don't miss those opportunities.
Yeah, exactly.
So I always say that, in times of correction, in times of distress, if some great people offer great prices, grab it. So in my opinion, distressed deal is a terminology which could differ from person to person, from investor to investor. I hope we pass this stage very quickly, and inshallah we will. And Dubai government is doing a fantastic job of people living the normal life. I would say I'm going out and sitting and having coffee. I have my dinners planned today, so other than the news, overwhelming news which we see, my definition of distressed deal is, right now you don't know the definition. Wait for some time. One deal is not called a distressed deal. There are some people who get one great deal because of someone else's bad planning of finance. You don't call that a distressed deal. Distressed deals are when the market comes in distress. Is the market in distress? No. There would be definitely individuals who would be in distress because they have played speculative. If you ask me as an investor, oh yes, I bought high properties. Do I have the capacity to hold? Yes, I have a capacity to hold. I will never sell. I'll be selling at loss. Why should I?
Exactly.
So, but there would be distressed deals. According to me, typically when the market corrects in distressed deal, it corrects anything between 25 to 35%. If you bought at the peak. Now, depending, if you bought in 2022, hopefully the distress will not come in your case.
Yes.
But if you bought in 2025, the distress, there would be a definition of distress, And another distress comes because even if you bought at the right price, but because you've not planned your financial well, because you're over leveraged, then you land up selling in distress. So I think more than the market, it is individual. Dubai, I'm sure there are a lot of people who played speculative. But compared to 2008, I think this market has matured because I've witnessed 2008 financial crisis, which is not the case now. People, when they were buying, they knew they would not get out by paying 20%, they'll exit. So that means the market has matured. That means the investors have more belief in the country, the rules, the regulations, which is a fantastic sign. So it would not happen what happened before, but there would be correction because we all know that the situation is not normal, right? So that's my answer.
So what is the mindset of successful investor during crisis?
Oh, very good question. The mindset is of a successful investor in crisis is the first and the foremost thing is your liquidity. Liquidity is the king of the market. Generally, everyone will be over invested if they have not planned well. So liquidity is number one. So I'm sure if a smart investor in a crash time, if he's liquid, he will grab deals. He will invest well. Number two, he will focus on the best locations. We always say, because Dubai is a growing economy, when things are doing well, every location will do well. When there is a correction, the best location always stays forever. Let's look at London. You say, Knightsbridge. There are some other streets, Oxford Street in commercial zones. Same thing goes with US, same thing goes with Paris, same thing goes with Singapore. So you, in crisis or in correction time, be liquid, look at the best location. My personal favorite location in Dubai is, I don't want to judge because I'm not an expert. You guys are day in and day out on field, but Imam Beachfront is my favorite location. But there are other locations also. I know it's not one. Dubai is not dependent on one location. There are multiple locations. Plan your cash flow, okay? And when people are fearing, that's the time you buy. That's an absolute fantastic saying by Warren Buffett. When market fears, that's the time you invest. And you trust me, 10 days back I was in Hong Kong and there were so many investors who called me and I met a couple of them also. They are itching to get into the market. So if we feel that, we had a lot of investors investing in Dubai, one thing they are very sure of that Dubai will bounce back. Dubai will come out of this situation. And when it will come out of the situation, it will be better than before because Dubai demonstrate problem everyone have in life. It is all about how you handle the problem. And Dubai has got the mastery of handling the situation and coming out better than what anybody can expect. So this is my answer to all the people, okay, that if you have cash, if you have liquid, Dubai is going to bounce back. You all know the geographic location of this. I hope all the situation come to rest and way to go.
So leading that, I have one more question. By best location, you meant already established communities like downtown, Palm, like really touristic attracted communities, right? Or you meant something like new communities, like just establishing something like this?
I always believe, obviously Dubai is driven with tourists, but I always believe that tourist is a temporary, where does Dubai population, where an Indian businessman, if he wants to move in, where he would like to move, where a guy trying to migrate from UK, where would he like to live? Where a guy coming from Canada, I've been in Canada, I know a lot of people have moved from Canada to Dubai, where they want to go and play. So, and that defines, is the location safe, is the developer great, and the facilities around the great. So for example, downtown Dubai, fantastic DFC behind. You look at Dubai Hills, great community at golf course, great schools, hospitals, close vicinity. Palm Jumeirah again, excellent. Beachfront, Imar Beachfront, excellent. And I'm sure there are some other location in Medan. So there are a lot of location. It's a growing country. Remember one thing which is very different of Dubai and UAE compared to any country in the world. Rest of the countries government doesn't invest in real estate. Here the government is backing. That means the real estate will be made. We saw in 2008, classic example, in Canada, all developers are private. Market goes down, they all stop. And they all stop for a very long time. Here, market goes down. In 2008, we saw Burj Khalifa was delivered in 2010, 2009, something like that, during crisis. All the metros infrastructure was done in the crisis. So that's the confidence. Big developers, they did some consolidation, but they continued building activity, continue supporting the clients. Okay, clients could go and request to all the big boys like Emaar, Nakhil, Dubai Property, Dubai Holdings now. Okay, all these big boys were ready to support. Otherwise, you don't, in the first world country, businesses shut down. They go away. They close down. They declare bankruptcy. So here that 70% of the real estate is controlled and backed up by government. Man, you cannot be more safe than that. So I think all pluses there. So there's a very big advantage what UAE has and Dubai has, which no other country in the world has. So always keep that in mind. I think that's a very, very big point which no one should ever forget.
In times like this, what are the biggest opportunities where the real money is made?
Listen, I'm not a bank that I can tell you exactly what happens where. But from a common sense and logical thing, because Dubai is a growing economy, and for example, I keep giving example of UK and Canada because I know a little bit more than maybe someone who has not traveled a lot, and I spend my time also there. 10 projects launches, 20 project launches, because the country is mature. Country doesn't have the appetite to keep getting population in. They don't have the infrastructure right now. If you go to the hospital, there's a waiting time. So every country moves as per the infrastructure what they have. Dubai infrastructure which can accommodate a lot of people. In my opinion, Dubai theory has been build first, people will come, and that's the great theory, and that's why government got involved. There's a theory, let people come in, then we build. So Dubai is proactive, build, people will come, and the world is in problem, we know that, and like everybody wants to live in Dubai. It's a dream city now, right? And dream city just not because it's flashy and it is great thing. It is, everything is very accessible. Just to give, can I give you my life example what happened to me? I'm in Hong Kong, I lost my passport. I went to Ministry of Foreign Affairs site. I applied a form of golden visa and I entered on that letter. I was in panic, how I will move. And in 30 minutes, I get an approval, I get a document printed, and I'm here. Now I applied my passport and submitted as a lost passport and applied my passport. I'm going through the process. But this is, man, any country, no country would do. I was speaking to a guy from Netherlands. He said 8-week process to enter.
Wow.
Right.
It's crazy, yes.
So I think Dubai has created a fantastic infrastructure. So, sorry, coming back to your question, I lost your question. What did you ask?
What is the biggest opportunity currently in the market?
So let's divide the real estate into two brackets: a ready property and an off-plan property.
Yes.
Ready property, I think people have either moved in or people have paid full or people have leveraged from bank, right? And if they have over-leveraged, the deals would come there, then I would say grab that. Because in this time, you want certain income to keep rolling. So if a distressed deal, so-called, comes, it will come from the people who are living in the house but have leveraged the money from bank and bought in off-plan property. Those were the people who will come in distress. Okay. So if you get that, a deal in ready properties, grab as number one. So let's say next sometime, at least you have an income flow coming. Okay. Number two, in my opinion, I could be wrong, but keeping in mind the experience, what we have gone through the two cycle, the development which have going to get ready in 1 year, people who would panic are the people, because the construction will close in 1 year. Those will be the areas to look at deals. So keep an eye on that. Anything which is launched now is not a deal for anyone. Okay, unless developers become more creative in offering, and which I'm sure they will become, then keep an eye on that. And this is the time. Don't negotiate on location. Tough times, always the best location, move, irrespective. Right now you're more worried about the transaction happening rather than the market being still. So transaction will happen in the more strong locations.
In times like this, which segment makes the most today to invest, whether it's apartment, townhouses, villas, or ultra luxury assets like plots, buildings, bulk deals?
I think there's a simple economics. It's demand versus supply. So if you are today in the market and you want to select a particular location, you say, where would I'm going to make more money, where the transaction is going to happen more, then you will analyze where there is oversupply and where there is less supply. And keeping that in mind, do you have those customers where there is less supply? Do you have a lot of customers? So it's a demand and supply gap. But if you look at overall global market, whenever any correction has happened, that means a super rich guy would come a little bit down, the lower segment has evaporated, and the middle segment will go one level down in terms of investments. So the middle segment is a very good segment to be in with a good location. For example, if there is any correction to happen to downtown Dubai or somewhere, grab that. So I would say downtown, Dubai Hills, beachfront, in terms of ready location, mature location, they can never go wrong. Even high end is a very subjective. We all know that today the ultra luxury is a niche market. As much as Dubai, all the rich guys, all the billionaires and millionaires want to be in Dubai, but it is still a smaller segment compared to the number of transactions. Okay. So we always say if you do 2 transactions in an ultra rich community and you do 20, the 2 is bigger than the 20.
Of course.
Right? Yes. But you also want to see whether keeping yourself occupied and busy with transaction is more important or wait for the golden day. So I would say opportunity would come more in these segments which are upper middle and middle. It is a sweet spot for everyone. Someone who is aspiring to be in a good location, they go one step further to buy that. Someone who wants to correct themselves, they take a sweet spot. So that sweet spot is the place to get deal or invest there.
So as you said previous about ready and off plan.
Yeah.
So based on your experience during crises and like for example 2008 global financial crisis, COVID time, which segment performed better, ready to move or off plan? Because before the conflict started, everyone was like driving about the off plan so they can buy it, like they can flip it within 2 years with some additional premium.
Yeah.
So will it still work or better for investors to go on secondary market with ready properties?
Secondary market is always a conservative play. And if you are an investor, then you should have a portfolio. It's risk versus return, I always say. It's a simple philosophy. So in this time, off plan would be a little bit more risky, yes. Because in this time, you want something to come in your pocket. So I would say diversify your portfolio. There, for sure, there'll be more money to be made in off plan if you pick up the right deal. And you play a mix game. So I say if you have 100 to invest, look 50-50. 50 in a ready property, try to get a deal, and 50 in under construction. Because under construction right now will give you an opportunity of someone who needs money, what he has invested to come out. Okay. If you talk about the new launches, in my opinion, there would be a slowdown. I think by all economic standards, that's the nature of any cycle. Don't expect UAE to be magical. It is doing fantastic. It is doing better than any country in the world. But when the crisis hit, everyone will take a logical step. And it is very healthy for the market according to me. To be honest, I was expecting the correction should happen anyways, because when it keeps going up, then somewhere it has to stop. And stopping means a new opportunity. More investors will come in. What happens when the market peaks? You think the investors are coming. They are coming, but in a lower percentage. When the market corrects, your investor base will increase. You better believe me, there are multiple investors from different nationalities and different countries are waiting, because they were saying that, okay, it is peak, I don't want to invest, they're holding their money, they get a new chance. Stock market, everything corrects in life. Tesla corrects, share market, you talk Amazon, the big boys. So, so I think it's nature. I think the opportunity will come. In off plan, I think everyone who just buying blindfoldedly, I think it's time that they should come to you guys who are mature in addressing and understanding the market. Play a diversified portfolio. Don't go in one direction. You can get lucky, but you don't put your money with luck. You put your money with planning.
Is off-plan more risky during uncertainty, or does it really create better entry point for investors?
Both. So I would say it is not risky if you are investing with the right developers. See, it is very important today when you go anywhere, you try to deal, especially when it comes to your hard-earned money. Like today, when you buy real estate, it's the biggest asset you can buy. It is nowhere close to your daily watches, your cars and everything. Your real estate is your wealth. And you like to protect your wealth and preserve your wealth and create wealth. So it is extremely important when you put your wealth, and especially in these times, you make sure that you put with the developers who have performed in bad times and in good times. And we all know all the top tier developers fall in that category. There are certain B plus developers also who has got great reputation in delivering during bad times. So I would say do your research very well. There would be opportunities coming, and big developers know that if they don't give opportunity, investors will not invest. So you better believe me, in my opinion, all the big boys they know that they have to create opportunity for investors, for them to sell and for others to invest. So according to me, there would be some investment opportunity coming soon. This is the time right now as we speak, is a time of little bit holding on, because we all are waiting for some clarity. But opportunities will come very soon. So investment in off-plan properties, I would invest personally, keeping in mind, narrowing down who are the developers, what is the location, what is the payment plan, where it went in peak and what is expected to go, from the peak where I'm buying now. So there'll be a lot of things, or otherwise better payment facilities, whatever, because everyone invests with a thought process, right? And in ready properties, I would definitely, because in my opinion, I'm sure people have bought ready properties also and they have leverage. So one advice I would give you, keep in touch with the banks. Banks would give you a strong indicator that people who are over leveraged, and that's not a market fault, that's your personal fault, that you have over leveraged. Nobody should over leverage ever. Then that means you are risking. Don't blame the market, you are risking yourself. Sometimes people blame the market, but no, it's not blaming the market, it is you who have taken wrong decisions. You want to become a billionaire overnight, it doesn't happen in life.
Exactly, yes. So based on that, Ahid, how is the different current situation to 2008 global financial crisis?
No, correction, I told you that correction will happen, in my opinion. Listen, is this not a big enough news? Everyone is. In the end, we are not party to what is happening, but we just became a party to it for no reason, right? Unfortunately, we as a country believe in getting people from across the globe. It's the most cosmopolitan city in the world, right? So my opinion is, when you talk about money coming in, will it be risky? Yes. Current point of time, it is not risky. It is little bit wait and watch. Anybody saying put now. If I'm saying yes, put, but wait a little bit more. You'll get deals. But if you get a deal today, please grab it. Because the decision is Dubai the place to invest? Is UAE the country to invest? Yes. The answer is yes, because the fundamentals are there. Any country, look at London, World War II, because it had the fundamental, right? Today also it's more expensive than Dubai, double or three times more, the key locations. It went through the crisis. Crises are temporary. Real estate investments are permanent. So crisis will go away. So you don't have to worry about it. Typically, if you look at the business life cycle, look at 12 months in a year. Business also goes through a life cycle. December is a tourist month. For some people, it's a great business. For some people, it's a dead month. So if you are a good planner, you know how to play this. So in my opinion, Dubai in 2008 had no escrow. There were a lot of laws which were implemented. It was just 5-year-old baby industry, 5-year-old. It started in 2002, 2003. So everything was new for everyone. It was first time for everyone. But you look at where Dubai has gone from here to here in terms of creating laws, creating the structure, creating the processes. Today, when your money goes into the account, it goes to the escrow account. You're protected. Nothing can happen to you yet. It might get delayed. It happens, It is beyond your control. But you always say as an investor, is my money safe? You will be less pressured when you know that you have managed your cash flow well. If 2 years you know that you can run, there's no harm. Don't sell. So in my opinion, people should not worry about that the money is risky. People should look at it as an opportunity. There should be price correction. There would be panic sellers, which will create opportunity for new investors. There would be panic developers also, because I know there are a lot of developers who came just wanted to enjoy the ride. See, there are two kinds of developers. One is people set a corporation, and one is people do a business. One is people do a single transaction. We know that a lot of people have come in to do a single transaction, enjoy the great time. So they are not here to do great businesses or corporation. If you are investing with those people, you are at risk, because they didn't work, they'll fly back. But today we know that's why God has given you brain. You're putting your money. Do little bit research. Who is the developer? Are they going to develop it? Are they institution in nature? If they're not in institution nature, don't put. If you're putting, then you are ready to take gamble. Then that's your luck. So I always say that's why important broker is, people take brokers also very as if that they're doing a favor on them by giving something. Interview the broker. I'm in Canada. When I list a property, I interview brokers and I check their knowledge, then I list the property with them. We are lucky, we are blessed that people make great money here. People do transaction very fast here, but a qualified broker and a knowledgeable broker would create wealth for you, and a broker with less knowledge will do a transaction which you already know what you want to do. So that's the difference. I always say, make your broker an advisor and always qualify your broker. He is not a broker for a deal. He is a broker actually managing your wealth and managing a part of your wealth, advising you. So it should be knowledgeable.
It's really nice piece of advice, to be honest, for investors, because as we know, before the conflict there was a lot of brokers in the market, and most of them were new. We were just selling all the whatever coming in the market without understanding the basics.
No, see, the good thing is, unfortunately this should not have happened, but to look on the hindsight, there'll be a lot of cleanup, and which is good for the market. The cleanup of over supply. Everybody wants to become a broker. Everybody start ruining the real estate understanding, fundamentals, not knowing, just selling, started giving unnecessary discount just to close the deal. So I think whenever some correction happens, it clean up a lot of it clean up a lot of unhealthy blood. And then the people who experience, people who are mature, people who are there to stay long term, those are the people who will benefit. Those are the people who survive in any form, in any market. So I think all the people who are in this industry, increase your knowledge, understand money, understand banking, understand real estate well.
As you mentioned before about the distressed deals, what are the key reasons properties come to the market as distressed deal?
Very simple. Number one, unplanned cash flows. When you will go to buy a loan, when you go and request someone, please give me a loan, when you don't have money.
Yeah, exactly.
Right? So all the people who have bought properties, either they could not afford that property and they thought, no, I'm going to make money for 1 year, 2 years. Those are the people who will come in distress. People who are over leveraged will not be able to take care of their EMIs or take care of their running. Those will come. Okay. Unfortunately, there will be some people who will fall in the trap of false rumors, panic rumors. People create unnecessary panic, right? Oh, market is distressed. Oh, market is this. And they will again not do research. Okay, they'll again not understand. Okay, they'll not take the view from the expert, and because they heard some rumors, panic, it's going to fall more, it's going to fall 50%, it's going to fall 60%, oh no, what is happening? I've seen this happening many times, and you fall in that trap. So you will create a distressed deal. So there will be people like that, and you cannot help it. I think if you are planning to sell anything, you take an advice from the right guy, and take a view, do the market research, don't fall in the trap of false rumors. Okay, and if you're over leveraged, you will land up having distress. Unfortunately, some people business might get impacted because of they have to take a financial call, which is sad, but that's how deals come in the market. Someone's pain is someone's gain. So that's the nature of the world. So you cannot help it.
What are the biggest mistake investors make during uncertain times like this?
Biggest mistake, so I would say that they start planning the exit too early. And they don't hold things. In your opinion, let me ask you a question, reverse. You've been asking me a lot of questions. Let me ask you. In your opinion, what is a short-term investment in real estate industry and a long-term investment?
Short-term is mostly investors who I'm dealing with. They are entering the market, usually off-plan. They want to resell within 1 or 2 years. This is short-term, as in resale. They sell quick flipping.
Yeah. So let me tell you that is not even short-term. Those are speculators. Short term definition of real estate is 3 to 5 years. And the long term is 10 year plus. So this market will also learn. Okay, this market, I'm telling you, is so blessed, mashallah, that it is actually giving opportunity to people who should not enter also in real estate. This market is so blessed. Otherwise, we have seen just one generation back. Take my example, my father. He would earn in his life and take a house at the age of 50 or 40 on average. Yeah. Today, people are taking house at 24, 25, 26, right? So there are people who don't understand real estate. They don't know the definition of real estate. Listen, you're not entering in a stock market that you say, I want to exit in 1 year, 2 year, or you're entering in something else, fixed deposits or something. You're entering in real estate. A building which is built also takes 3 years to complete. Man, at least have that much patience. Right? So the definition of short-term investment in real estate is 3 years to 5 years. And okay, in Dubai is lucky that Dubai gives you return in 3 years also. And the fact it gives little return in 2 years also sometimes, 1 year also. But don't get in real estate with that mindset. So today, as an educated broker, if you actually make someone understand that, they'll be happy to understand. People give false news. Will you not be happy? Nobody enters in real estate, say, listen, I'll invest today, tomorrow I'll invest. Those are not real estate investors. Those are speculators. They might get lucky if the market curve is good, and those are the people who will suffer maybe in cases right now. So change the definition of this thing. That's how it operates. How do you compare returns? Today, Canada is giving 2.5% return on rental yield. London is giving same 2.5%, 3%. Look at India, Bombay, key markets, again 2.5%, 3%. Hong Kong, bad, okay, returns, very expensive. So whenever you invest, you say what is the thumb rule is what is the bank is the safest place to put money. What does it give return? 2%, 2.5%, let's say 3%, whatever it is. Yeah, real estate gives better. That's why people enter in real estate. Real estate appreciates also. Other than the giving income, it appreciates also. So people have not understood the definition of real estate. Okay, they just want to make money. So I think when you guys take the role, educate them. The investment term, what is the understanding of investment term? You can get lucky, market is growing, you can get lucky, but my advice is look at 3 years, you'll come out with great money, okay, in short term. If you look at long term, you'll never be in loss in real estate. So all the investors who have invested now and they are not looking to sell it, they are the people who will gain. They'll get another investment opportunity to re-enter at the lower market also. So when let's say the gold is at, let's say, here, and the gold corrects, we don't say sell the gold, we say buy more. So you get your average pricing down, right? Yeah. To make more money. That's how any smart investor would do. So I'll say investors will look at opportunity. All the investors who have money, wait a little bit more, get a little more clarity. There are some good deals in good locations, invest. Again, you'll have a regret that you didn't enter. So there would be an entry level which will have a little bit more clarity in some time. But keep your eyes open on the key locations. Target your locations in the meantime. You should know where are you going to invest. So do this research in this time. Where you want to invest, what amount you want to invest, what is your exit plan, all that. This is the time to do your think tank and be ready for it.
For someone new entering Dubai real estate market, what strategy would you recommend right now?
Number one strategy, it's your hard-earned money. Invest in the right location. If you're a first-time investor, invest in the right location. Pay a little bit more if you can afford. Invest in the right developer. These things will protect your money. You'll go for the cheapest unit. You'll go with someone completely unknown. You're not allowed to take, as in my book of rules, you're not allowed to put your money first time with any new developer who has never developed. You're supposed to buy something small but with the right developer and with the right location. You will never go wrong. Will you get deals right now in the new market? You will. Developers will come with a new initiative, new product. If unfortunately market remains softened, it will come. Wait for it. Invest with the right developer, right location. That's my absolute go away. Even everyone should look at that right now.
So last question. As you are experienced in developing not only in Dubai but also in Canada, I want you to explain for investors what is the difference between investing in Dubai and difference between investing in other countries.
Other countries, not that I know every country, but obviously because I'm well read, so I can tell you that most of the West countries, two things which drives real estate. One is the population and one is at what stage the country is at. So let's take an example. There are countries which doesn't have population. The biggest challenge is population. Number one, if the population goes there, do you have the ability to produce those kind of real estate? So most of the countries have a population challenge in the West. Dubai population growth is fantastic. One is their in-house base population and one is expatriate population. So number one law is, the biggest law is the population. Okay. Number two, does the country have the ability to create job opportunities? Why would people come? One is, people will come to stay safe in a safe place, or and then there's no thief. There is, you can sleep home peacefully. But Indian, you just cannot keep sleeping. You need to do something also. Does Dubai or this country create an environment for easy business? Yes, it is. And like when we were acquiring a business in Canada, it took us 2 years to figure out the processes, taxation, the government process is very slow, it takes time. And when you land up living in Dubai, then you realize how painful those things are. And we're used to such luxury of everything gets so well, processes are defined here. So the country has the ability, the population growth is there. The infrastructure, let me tell you, I think the law of defining first world country, second world country is time to change. I feel Dubai is far ahead in infrastructure than any other first world country. So you look at the road networks, you look at communication, you look at processes, you look at everything is so well defined, and you feel that you go to first world country, you feel that you have come in a second world country. It's just that, they have strong population base, they have a much extended history, so we are at advantage stage. So the processes are easy, the population growth is there, the economic growth is there, and these are the biggest macro factors. And then you look at UAE, the population which is surrounded by India, 1.4 billion population, Pakistan another 250 million population, Bangladesh another 100 what population, Egypt another 100 million population. Look at, and there is nothing which is close to Dubai in terms of financial infrastructure and other infrastructure. So it will always stand out. Canada, if the market, Canada works on completely, or first world country completely works on leverage. The construction is done by a bank. So when I buy a unit in Canada, I pay 10%, 15% down. That's about it. Then the bank finances it. And in the end, if I default, the banks make your life hell. They file a case against you, they sue you, and that's what is happening in Canada right now. So in the recession, what happened? Everyone paid 15%, nobody can afford to pay, so bank is suing them. So when sometimes Dubai payment plan, when they ask a little bit more, I feel it is better.
Worth it.
It is worth it, because otherwise you don't buy. Because when you pay 10%, you encouraging people to be speculative. Put 10% and the bank will do it.
Exactly.
And they wait for the good market to be forever. That's not the case. So when government when double ask at 30%, I think it is great, because you need to put your skin in the game, so that if the bad time hits, you are at least in control situation. Bank can give you leverage 70%, 80%. There people take 90%. There people declare bankruptcy. That's the best excuse to come out. Of things. Market doesn't move at all. I think they don't have too many opportunities. Entry barrier is very difficult. Like today, you try to apply for any visa for that matter. Visit visa, tourist visa, you'll take 6 month appointment. So Dubai gives you leverage of come in, look at the opportunity, do business, open for everyone. So I think Dubai will always stand a chance, because it's a new economy, it's a growing economy. Every stage in life, if you look from the Persian Empire to the Roman Empire, in every 100 years there has been a shift. As much as this thing has come in right now, the situation, the unrest, it is not permanent, but the growth will be continuous. It can have a small jerk in between, but it will continue to grow. So this is the time where where the Middle East will grow. It is their time, and you cannot stop it, whatever you do. The population is this side, the growing population this side, the youth population this side, the new money is this side, Chinese money, the new money. 3 generations Chinese people have held their money, but the new generation want to spend. So I think the wave is towards this side. There will always be in between breaks and upside down. That's part and parcel of life. So I think if you ask me, if I need to invest as an investor, 25% in the first world country, which they call it first world country, 75% in growing economies.
So where you can make much more money.
Otherwise, you live a very normal life forever. If you want to grow in life, you always have to be where the growth potential is higher, right?
Exactly. Exactly. So thank you very much, Ahed. It was great to have you here. Now,
Thank you so much.
investors, I think they have more clear understanding
Yeah.
about investing in Dubai, the opportunities, the risks that they have to avoid.
And like my last conclusion would be to the investors that before taking any decision, always look at the fundamentals and wherever you invest, is the infrastructure there? Is the country progressive? Okay. What is their vision of the country? In a 30-year or 40-year, there would be up and downs. Don't look at those. Look a little bit longer and plan. We all are here to live long life. We're not living 2 years, 3 years life. Look at that vision. It is fundamentally very sound. Me being an investor here and being exploring and traveling a lot, every single person is extremely confident that Dubai will bounce back from this situation better, because Dubai has already set an example how they're managing it. So there is no doubt, yes, there would be a lot of investors looking for a deal. Look at the deal at a great location. Invest again before it is too late and you say, oh, I missed again. So be wise, talk to the right people, and you'll get great opportunities.